Hi, video world. My name is Daniel. I was just diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. Lymphoma is a cancer of the lymph nodes, or the lymph cells that are inside the lymph nodes. You have lymph nodes up in your neck, armpits, they scatter throughout the body, right down here, halfway down your torso, up in your chest, down into your groin. I'm glad that it was in my armpit, which is, not the most appealing place in the body already. So getting the scar, in there was not a huge deal for me, unlike, my cousin who got him in the neck, and that would suck. It'd be fun. I mean, literally, I feel like I got lucky in my location. It's stage 2, which means there's 2 places. In fact, here is a wonderful picture. Here you go. You can see my lymph nodes. Right inside there, as you can see. You can see the big one down there, and then the other one shining up there. There's a moment in my life to realize that I need to become more healthy. I will be talking and making a video blog every twice a week for, I don't know, as long as I feel like I'm dealing with it. Cancer something, generally, it goes into remission, but for all you know, it's never gone and it can come back. And so, I may be doing these videos for years. This is not a sponsor, I'm not advertising anything. If I talk about anything, it's merely because I did it, and I liked it, and I tried other things as well, and liked this more than the others. And I'm going to talk about, different diets I've gone through, eating plans, exercise, events, work, life, social, dating, and being a parent as well. I'm a 24-year-old male. I'm half African American, half white. I'm a father, a 3-year-old little girl who's absolutely wonderful, and I'm also single. I have a race almost towards the end of my chemo session, but I'll still be in chemo when I do this race. I'm not in shape right now. I mean, I've got a good size, I got some flab, I got some muscle, but for the most part, I'm not in shape. And I'm trying to get ready for this big race. It's called the Spartan Race. It's 12 miles, 25 plus military style obstacles. It's a pretty intense race, pretty fun. They do them nationwide, and they'll usually do one per state. Utah, which is where I'm at, they'll do one. I'm an interesting place in my life because I was barely in between jobs when this was diagnosed. The company I was working for has almost gone under, and so everyone, had to jump ship and find new employment. So if you're someone who has cancer and you're worried about your job, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about what I've had to go through, and I'm not going to promise you I'll have any answers, but I'll tell you what I've gone through and how I went through it, and what worked and what didn't work. As well, I will be going through several different dieting plans. There's of natural cancer remedies that are supposedly cure cancer. I'll find out. And then natural teas and herbs that help with the side effects. I was starting with the juicing diet. This is supposed to be a cleanse. It'd be a 10-day where I'm doing nothing but vegetables and juice. If you ever seen the, oh my goodness, it's a video about an Australian guy who travels America. It's like fat, something, and barely alive or dying or something like that. I'll post a link to it, but it's all about juicing. It's all about going through a fast, and he goes through a 60-day. Loses a crap ton of weight. He introduced it to a couple other people that are in his series. This one guy who's 429 pounds, and he loses in 10 months 215 pounds. So he went from 420 pounds to weighing less than I did. So in 10 months, that's outrageous. And in the first 30 days, he lost 60 pounds, and he looked healthier. He had a lot of autoimmune diseases and other health issues, and he managed to have to no longer take medication for them. And so that's something I think might help me, get my body back on track of fighting this cancer. I'm most likely going to just stick with an all-natural diet. I don't think I'm going to do continue to do that vegan or vegetarian thing. I've had friends tell me I should do the raw foods diet. Uh, I'm sure that'll work, but there's no point in me doing something that I don't personally think I can do. And I'm going to approach my obstacles one at a time and try and make sure that I only approach obstacles that I think I can achieve. Going through chemo and everything, there's just certain things that I just can't, you can't do. You have to kind of accept you're going to have some limitations, although I'm trying to beat all of them. So, preparing for the race. I was already preparing for the race. The reason why I'm doing the race still is it wasn't like, you have cancer, well, I should do a race. No, it was, I was preparing for the race I'd been preparing for about 2.5 months and got diagnosed. And I want to keep doing it. I've already lost 15 pounds, you know, and I've bulked up a little bit. I mean, I don't want any of this to go to waste. And that's why I'm especially being careful with my diet. And your body is going to say, get comfort food. Go eat some shakes covered in fat and delicious sugar. And it's so good. And I'm going to want them really bad. But instead, I'm going to just stick with healthy foods. Because I know that in the end, that's what's going to be best for me. I will probably incorporate a cheat day. I think cheat days are healthy. Keeps you mentally sane. Next, I'm going to talk about support. I found out about my my cancer about two weeks ago, and I kind of knew I had it before, but I didn't tell many people. The last thing I wanted was just like my doctor. He didn't want me to freak out by saying you probably have lymphoma. Same way I didn't want to make my family and friends freak out and saying I have cancer. Everyone freak out, and because you tell everyone you have cancer, we freak out. Everyone freaks out. Everyone starts becoming a nutritionist and a doctor and consulting you and asking you to come into their office and tell you, by their office I mean their bedroom, and just tell you about you need to eat this and that and this, and you have to avoid this and you have to this, and and this is what's gonna happen because I knew a guy who knew a friend who had Hodgekins Lymphoma. And they mean the best, but understand that you're going to get bombarded with everyone who's an expert in cancer. Write all these things down that people tell you and bring them to your doctor. As long as you find out it's not going to hurt you, then go ahead and do it. I'll do a bunch so you don't have to experiment with your body. Most people's first instinct, especially if they're my age, Hodgkin's lymphoma most people get it when they're in their late teens, 20s, and they want to go Google immediately, or Bing it, whatever, and find out if what they're being told is true. And that's a horrible idea because there's way too much information online. So I've finally posted on my Facebook and a couple other social sites that, hey everybody, I have some bad news. I've just been diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, stage 2. For you who are my friends on Facebook, you know how many likes. Wow. I like to think those likes as disliking the news, but acknowledging that they're there. It's definitely easier just to comment on that. But they blend in. And I know, I truly believe that basically everyone who posts they want, if I need help, to let them know. But the thing is though, is when you have like 60 something people saying let me know, they blend together, and you can't put a face to the love that you're trying to give. So send them a text, do something one-on-one, send them a message. If you want to do the social media thing, which is easy for a lot of us, send them a message and say, hey, that sucks. Don't belittle it. Don't be like, oh, you're gonna be okay. That kind of is like it's. I don't know a good way to describe it, but it doesn't make me feel any better. It really doesn't. And just knowing that people want to hear from you and are advantageous about it, and letting and then adding encouragement. No, hey, let's hang out sometime. I'm not gonna lie. I've been, I've a lot of cool friends have wanted to hang out with me more often than they found out. And that's exactly what I need. I need my friends, just to want to, I'm going through a hard time. So being alone is a little bit more difficult right now. So just be there. We'll make some other videos about this as I go through it. And yeah. So it's my first video. I made it very long, I know. But enjoy it. Every video after this will be more specific to different issues. And I'll post those twice a week. Anyway, thank you. Wish me the best luck. I have to go head out to the head of the hospital. Got a bone marrow biopsy. I'm really excited.